Hello and welcome to Heartrepreneur Radio and TV show with Terry Levine. I'm your co-host, Velma Gallant, and I'm excited to be here today. You can connect with Terry, me, and other like-minded heart-based business owners in the Heartrepreneurs with Terry Levine Facebook group, so go check it out. And we always love your likes, your 5-star reviews, and we'd love to have you subscribe. Today's quote: "One doesn't have to be a large corporation to benefit from the advantages of volume. This can be achieved through joint ventures." Norbert Reinthofer. And so that's a little bit of a clue as to what we're going to be talking about today. Today's show topic, we're talking about the conversion equation, chapter 3, and our special guest this week, it was not really a guest, is Terry Levine. Terry Levine is, as you know, the host of Heartrepreneur Radio and TV show. So I'm excited to have you here today, Terry.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here and to share any points from the best-selling book, The Conversion Equation, that will truly help people move forward in their business, of course.
So we're talking about chapter 3, which is get all the leads your business can handle. And it was kind of a teaser with our quote when we're talking about joint ventures. But the first thing I want to touch on, and you have alluded to the value of tracking things a number of times already, is foundational sales numbers. What are foundational sales numbers?
So every business needs to have key performance indicators. You need to be measuring things. You need to measure it every week. So if we meet up and you're a business owner and I say, how many contacts did you have this week? How many of those were qualified prospects? How many of those converted to sales? How much money did you make this week? And how much profit do you have? And you know, Velma, what fascinates me is that if I'm doing a seminar, even something over Zoom, and I go around and round robin and say, great, how many contacts did you have this week? People are like, well, how many of those were prospects? How much money did you actually make this week? The average business owner in my 43 years of being in business, they don't know these numbers. And you have to have those numbers, because how do you know if you're doing better? How do you know what needs to be tweaked? So what I find is that most people are just trying to get prospects, and they're not keeping their eye on the right ball. So these numbers that are, I think I have my book, I do, that are right here. This explains to you literally how to track the numbers, what numbers to track. And in my experience as a business owner, you don't have a system for tracking. You don't know what's working. You don't know what to do more of or less of. So I hope that's clear. I'm very, very big on tracking these numbers.
Well, and what I really liked to what you said there was that it's important to find the right things to track, not just tracking for the sake of tracking, but tracking the things that are really going to give you the indicators of what's working, what's not working, and that kind of thing. So I do very much appreciate that. Okay, let's dive in. Joint venture partnerships. One of the things you said in your book is the key to making this strategy work is to find joint venture partners who have products and services that match your same target market. Can you say more about that?
Yes. So the concept behind this, which I'll explain first, is you don't have to grow your own email list. You don't have to worry about growing a social media following. You don't have to go buy leads. What you need to do is to tap into other people's audiences. We call that OPA, other people's audience, which means somebody else already has your target market and they're already buying a product or service that's not the same as yours. However, it has something to do with yours. So just let me give you some examples. As you know, I always teach by example. When I first started in the industry, I don't know how we met, right? Long time ago. Joe Vitale was someone that I just really admired, and we became a little bit friendly. And I had a very good product at that time called Create Your Ideal Body, which was a life coaching program for weight loss. Joe didn't have a program for weight loss. However, Joe had a massive following of people who are interested in health, wellness, and personal development. I went to Joe and said, what if we do a joint venture? This is me getting in front of other people's audiences. Joe had a huge audience. I was new. I had a little baby audience. So you might say, well, what's the value to Joe? Well, Joe, if you introduce me to your audience that's probably interested, in my case, I said, I'll give you 50% of every single sale. Okay, cost Joe nothing to say, let's try it. He sent out one email. I made $55,000 by the next morning. I woke up and there was $55,000 of sales. What did I do? I gave Joe half of that. And then Joe and I did another joint venture. Okay. Now, even if I made nothing off of that, if that was just to grow a list or get a following, that would have been worth it to me. So other people's audiences who are similar, I'll give you one more example. If you are a life coach, I'll just use that as an example, you may want to connect with a health and wellness professional like a naturopath, a massage therapist, a yoga studio, someone who does meditation, a mindset coach. I mean, we could go to 50 different directions. You sort of put yourself in the middle and you say, what are all the other services and products that aren't the same as mine, however, that my target audience buys? And that's who you want to joint venture with. Was that clear? Does that make sense?
It totally makes sense. There was some other little juicy things in your book that you were talking about to kind of help figure out who it is that you want to connect with and joint venture with. And there it was. So it was making a list of what products or services your prospective clients, customers, and patients buy before purchasing, while they're using your offer, and also things that they purchase after working with you. So kind of accessing, before, now, and after to figure out who's the best people for you to connect with.
Yeah, I want to give one example of that. So I have a strength coach that I work with virtually. And before I hired the strength coach, I was buying various workouts online. And my strength coach tapped into an audience where I was buying online workouts and said, you can continue your online workouts. You might want to now add Zoom coaching where I will come in, not the same person whose videos I paid to watch. I will come in and help you every single day. So now I have the Zoom product that I had with another coach. Now I have my own strength coach. Now I'm well into maybe a year and a half in the program. And now he added, because I wasn't getting enough protein, here's the high protein foods I recommend. And guess what? It's a joint venture alliance that he has. So there's the before, there's the during, and there's the after. And that's just an example. And this can go in so many directions. And it can grow your business faster than any other method that I'm aware of, Velma.
I actually, while I was reading it, thought of one that I sent through to my massage therapist. And I was like, what if you were to offer personalized gift certificates to your realtor friends, have them buy the gift certificates for their clients, but it's personalized with their name on it. Because, after you buy a house, you got to move into it. And guess what you're going to need after that?
Yes, that's brilliant. That's a great strategy. I love that.
So it triggers people looking at even some unusual relationships. Right. I mean, with a massage therapist, you can connect with people who actually create the reasons for them to see you.
Yeah, seriously. Well, here's one other that I forgot. This happened this weekend. In my condo that I live in at the beach, a new woman moved in. She's delightful. And I went for a walk with her. And she said, when I moved in, I got this big gift basket. When I moved in there 7 years ago, they didn't do that. It's brilliant. And she said, what was in it? I said, what? She said, there was a gift certificate from a local restaurant. There was a coupon for a massage. There was a Pilates studio, and she named a jewelry store. I think there were like 6 things. And so all of these people donated a coupon that said, oh, somebody new in the neighborhood, this is the way they could try on, find out about my products or services. And I thought that was absolutely brilliant. Now I'm going to my condo going, how can I get in there and give away something in business, a book or a tool or a technique, right? So I want people who are listening and watching and who have a copy of the conversion equation to start thinking about this. And if you don't, I'm going to make a suggestion. If you don't have a copy of the conversion equation, just go to Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, your favorite bookstore. It doesn't really matter. And it will help you actually follow along with the key points Velma is bringing out so you can apply this in your business. It's all about how you apply it.
Exactly. So I think this is a perfect place for us to pause. And I want our listeners to come back next time because we're going to talk a little bit more about the twists on joint ventures. So it's still going to be juicy for you. Thank you. And don't forget to hit Heartrepreneurs with Terry Levine on Facebook, and you'll be able to join Terry, myself, and other heart-based business owners as you build your business. We look forward to seeing you there.